can gratitude actually help you move from this place of bitterness and this place of hardship or struggle or just a place in your life that you don't want to be? Can gratitude help you move to a situation and a circumstance in your life that you actually desire and want in your life? For many of us, when we are trying to get to a place in our life, we're trying to achieve a goal, we're trying to achieve some sort of benchmark, some sort of success, we're trying to get someplace, right? We're trying to make it in some sort of way. We have this bitter opinion and this bitter feeling about our current situation, right? Whether it's that we feel stuck, whether it's that we really just don't like the situation we're in, or we are really going through challenges and struggle and hardship, and it feels like we can't escape it, and it feels like what we actually want is never going to happen. When it comes to gratitude, though, gratitude is very freeing. And I know that a lot of us, it can sometimes feel like, but if I'm grateful for where I'm at right now, then I'll never move to where I actually want to be, right? It's like we feel like having gratitude for something and having gratitude for our life and for our life situation prevents us from actually taking the action to move forward in our life. What I am suggesting here is that gratitude is actually going to free you. Gratitude is actually going to release the bitterness in you, and it's going to allow you to be free of the struggle that you're living in right now. So for me, like I said, I went to college, got a 4-year degree in accounting and finance, and every single year, I kid you not, I just struggled. Okay, it wasn't necessarily the academics. I did struggle in different semesters during my time in school that academics were very challenging, but for the most part, I really just didn't want to be there. I'll be honest, I hated college. And I wanted so badly to just move on. I wanted to leave so badly. And I wanted to be free so badly. And I wanted to achieve my goals and move on, right? And when I was living with that bitterness and that anger and that just obsession with, I need to leave, well, it makes your current situation even harder, right? And it seems to perpetuate the challenges that you are already enduring, right? So the relationships that maybe were already a little bit rocky, when I was bitter, guess what? They became even rockier. Every semester, I would have to actually sit down, and I think it was my sophomore year in particular, that I literally had to tell myself, Ellison, you need to get a grip and you need to figure something out here for how you're going to be okay, because you have a couple more years and you need to finish, but you have a few years and you need to figure out how you're going to handle this. And what I found was when I was able to find a degree of contentment in the fact that this is hard and this is challenging and I'm not having a good time and I am struggling. When I was able to find contentment with that, then I was able to enjoy a lot more. Okay, I was able to enjoy my time a lot more, and not only enjoy it, but I was able to actually soak up the lessons that this period of my life was teaching me. Because I think that a lot of times when we are just so stuck on our bitterness and we're just so stuck on how much we want to be free of something, that we just continue being pounded with the same life lessons over and over again because we refuse to absorb them. Okay, it's almost like when we are bitter and we are refusing to just settle in where we are and settle and be okay with it and soak up where we are, when we refuse to do that, it's almost like life is like, oh no, you're going to learn this lesson. You have no option. You are going to learn this lesson, like it or not. I'm going to keep teaching it to you, okay? The same circumstances just keep happening because you obviously need to gain something from this experience. You need to gain a character trait. You need to gain an ability. You need to gain a mindset. You need to gain an experience. You need to gain a skill set. Whatever it is, You need to gain something from the situation. And in your bitterness, you're refusing to actually gain it. It's almost like bitterness creates this wall around you where you just resist everything, you resist changing, you resist all things happening to you. It's like you're living in denial because you're just so upset with your situation. I was so upset with my situation. I was in college. I knew I didn't want to have a career in the degree I was getting, but I felt stuck in this degree. I felt stuck in my classes. I felt stuck in my relationships. I just felt completely stuck, and I was so bitter, and I was so angry, and I felt like I had to prove myself. But when I was able to reach a place where it was like, Ellison, you're okay. You're okay. Like, yeah, this is very challenging, but you're okay. Okay? I'm grateful for the fact that I failed that test, because now I've failed and I'm okay. I know that. I know where I need to improve. I know that I need to slow down. I'm thankful that this relationship is not going well, because it is teaching me something about myself that I need to improve. And it is teaching me about my value and what I accept as far as treatment and respect goes. I'm grateful that this class is just not going well, because it's teaching me my strengths and my weaknesses, and it is teaching me about what I really want to do in my life, right? It's teaching me what I truly actually want to do in my life. And so these struggles, when I was able to settle in and allow the struggle to actually, we'll say, shape me and shape my character and build my character, when I was grateful for my struggle and I was allowing it to actually move me, that was the moment when I actually started to get some traction in my life. And even now, okay, with YouTube, my YouTube growth has been super slow. I've been on YouTube for 3 years, and it's been incredibly slow, okay, incredibly slow. And what I found was that for the longest time, I was so bitter, because it was like, all these other people are growing, and all these other things are growing, and I'm not, right? Like, just bitter at my whole situation. But when I was able to say, okay, you know what? I'm grateful for this experience, because it's teaching me a lot. It's teaching me about what I really want to talk about. It's teaching me about all aspects of YouTube. It's guiding me and guiding my character and helping me to know how I want to proceed with YouTube. It's helping me with all of that. When I settled in and became okay with the struggle and the slowness of my growth, that was when things started opening up. I started to see ideas. I started to be inspired. I started to see where I needed to improve. And I was able to actually make the changes I needed to make in order to start growing. Okay, so gratitude, it is not a magic trick, okay? And it is not just, like, I'm super grateful and now all the miracles are happening. Like, that's not what it is, okay? What gratitude gives you, okay? And how gratitude is actually going to help you expand your life and receive the life that you desire. How gratitude is going to do that is that it is going to allow you to release your control. Okay, we talked about releasing your control and releasing, allowing your life to be more flowing, in some of my previous videos about feminine energy and self-sabotage, right? When you release your control over your life, when you release your obsession with, okay, this has to be how my life is, or else I'm going to be real upset. We're not going to be okay. We're going to have a problem unless my life looks like this. Okay, when you release that obsessive control over your life and over your circumstances, what ends up happening is that opportunities come and you begin to see different paths and different inspirations and different things that you can be doing, right? And that's where it's not like the opportunities weren't there in the first place. Okay, it's not like all of a sudden it appears out of nowhere. No, it's that you finally notice it. And you are finally open to it, and it reveals itself to you because you're open to it. Okay, so what gratitude allows you to do is, while you've gained this contentment, right? I'm thankful for this. I'm thankful for this struggle. I'm thankful for this hardship. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for this period in my life. It is so challenging. I am struggling, but I'm thankful. and I'm content with it. I'm content with it. Okay, this contentment allows you to have this flexibility. You're no longer hyper obsessed with what your life looks like. Instead, you are grateful for every aspect of your life. Okay, you're grateful. And so when you reach this contentment, it's like this relaxation, right? You let your shoulders down. You're not like hiked up and like tensed up and ready to fight your life, and you're just so bitter and you're so angry and you're just so like I'm gonna change my life, right? Like, that's not what you're like. Instead, you're more of, okay, this is my situation. I'm gonna work through it. Sure, I'm not like super fond of it, but I'm grateful for it. I'm gonna work through it. It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be okay, and we're gonna figure out the solution, okay? That is what gratitude gets you. And when you reach that state of gratitude, then you are able, like I've already said, to see the opportunities, to see the inspiration, to see the different paths that you should be taking. And you're able to actually tap into your intuition because you're not so set on what your life needs to look like. And you're not so set on why your life doesn't look like that. Okay, you're not obsessing over the areas of your life that don't look the way you want them to. And you're not perpetuating these negative beliefs about yourself and these limiting beliefs about yourself, right? Like, you're not so stuck in this bitter place that you're like, nothing's ever going to work out for me because here I am in this situation. And you're not just feeding into that thought pattern. Instead, you're just like, I'm grateful and I'm happy with my life, and I'm just things are working out in my favor, whether I see it or not. And when you are able to see that, you are able to actually gain traction and move forward because you're not so stuck in your pain, right? You're not so stuck in your hardship. So I really wanted to talk about this topic just because obviously here in the US, it is Thanksgiving. It is the time of gratitude, especially going into the holidays, right? It's like the perfect time to like reset your gratitude button, right? Because it's like sometimes during the holiday season we can sort of forget about gratefulness. But I wanted to talk about gratitude today before Thanksgiving and before we got into the whole holiday spirit there, just because I feel like, we're already in that mode. And sometimes we, when we're in these situations where it's like, maybe your career's not going well. Maybe you're financially not doing so hot, right? Maybe you have like all these circumstances that aren't going well, and either you have nothing to be grateful for, or you think you have nothing to be grateful for. Let's say that. You think you have nothing to be grateful for, or you have a very limited standard thing to be grateful for, right? And you're only grateful for the happy things in your life. Like, well, I have my family. Which is great, right? It's great. It's great that you have your family. But what if you were able to activate this gratitude for the hardship in your life and the challenges in your life, right? What if, say you're a college student right now, what if you were able to sit around the dinner table and say, you know what? I am grateful for the challenging semester that I've had. This semester has been super rough. It has been flat out terrible. But I'm grateful for it because it's teaching me a lot, it's growing me a lot, and I know that I'm better because of this challenging semester. What if you were able to sit around the dinner table and say, you know what, I am grateful that my job isn't going well because it is leading me to think of other options, think of other jobs, other career paths, maybe starting a business, maybe doing something different. I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the fact that my relationship is not going well because it is teaching me how to value myself, and it is teaching me how I want to be treated, and it is teaching me how to be in a relationship and how to work on a relationship and how to really heal a relationship. It's teaching me so much. What if you were able to sit around the dinner table this Thanksgiving on Thursday or whatever day you're going to celebrate Thanksgiving? What if you were able to sit around the dinner table and just be like, yeah, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the fact that life sort of sucks right now. And I mean, I'm not going to guarantee or promise anything, but I guarantee you're going to feel better. The moment I start saying, you know what, thank you, Lord, for these challenges, and thank you, Lord, for these small things in my life that I overlooked. Because I think that we begin to overlook the small gifts or sort of the hidden gifts of our situations. We start to overlook those things. And, I like to think of, a kid on Christmas morning, right? And, they're ripping open the gifts, and they look at something, and then they toss it around. They toss it behind them and start to open another gift, right? Or they ask you for another gift. And I like to think about gratitude and thankfulness as that moment where you truly receive the gift, right? You rip open the situation of your life, and it is a steaming pile of hooey. Okay? Well, thank you very much. This is just great. But if you are able to fully receive that, receive it in all its glory, in all of its struggle, but in all of its benefits. I'm not saying perks, I'm not saying good times, I'm saying benefits. If you are able to fully receive a situation in your life and fully absorb it, then you can proceed to the next gift, right? Because nobody wants to give a gift to somebody who hasn't received the gift they've already got. Okay? So, and I think it's God, you might think it's the universe, life, I don't know, but I like to think that God looks at us and is like, you haven't appreciated what you already got here. You haven't really looked at what you already got here, because this has something that you need. And you need this before you get the other gift. You need this whole pile of hooey before you get this other gift, which is not a pile of hooey, but you need the pile of hooey first. Right? And so I think that this Thanksgiving, whether you are alone or whether you are with your family or whatever it is, spend some time by yourself, spend some time quietly reflecting on where your life is and actually being grateful. Whether you're journaling about it, right? I love to journal. I love to just journal like, I'm grateful for this, blah, 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 right? And you would be surprised once you start activating this gratitude muscle. And you could start with those simple things that you truly are. You can honestly say, I'm grateful for that. That's great, right? I'd start with those and then sort of feed off of that gratitude. And as you are grateful for the small things and the very positive things in your life, your eyes will be open to what gratitude you have for the struggles in your life. Your eyes will be open to what you can be thankful for in the struggles in your life. You will be more aware of all the things that you have to be grateful for, and you will be more aware of what you have and what you need to absorb, and you will be able to receive those gifts. You will be able to receive what you've already got, because you have a lot, but you need to actually receive it into your life. So yeah, I encourage you guys to, for this Thanksgiving week, whether you're traveling, whether you're, staying somewhere, whether you're by yourself, whether you're with family, whatever it is, I encourage you to really just take a minute, I like to get up early, so I'll probably be getting up very early on Thanksgiving Day, and just spend some time being quiet and sort of being aware of your life and being aware of what it is that you have, what it is that is already happening in your life, and receive it. Okay? Receive it in all its glory. Receive that steaming pile of hooey. Okay? Because the moment you accept the gift that you already have, things start to actually transform and change and to come towards you and to work for you, okay? Because when we live lives that lack gratitude or that are ignorant to what we have already got in our lives, no matter how horrible, right? When we live lives that are very ignorant to what we're gaining, and when we are only seeing the cons of life, and we're not seeing any of the pros of life, and we're not seeing any of the gains and the benefits of our struggle, our challenge, and our ups and our downs. When we're only seeing, well, this didn't work out, and this didn't work out, and this isn't good, and I don't like this. When we only see that, then we're not gonna move forward, because you need to receive what you've already got. Once again, when you see a kid opening up a gift and they are not really appreciating the gift that they have, even if it's a pack of underwear, right? When that kid does not accept and receive and say, man, thank you. Thank you. I love this. This is great. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. When they don't say that, you have absolutely no motivation to give them another gift, because they weren't grateful for the little thing. They weren't grateful for the thing that they didn't even want. They aren't grateful for the fact that you gave them something, right? And so if you are not grateful for what you already have, then why would you receive any? I hate to sound harsh, but why would you receive something else? If you aren't grateful for what you've already acquired in your life, why would you receive and acquire anything better, right? If you are not grateful for this baseline, this minimum, this, lowest of the lows part of your life, if you're not grateful for that, why would you receive anything more, right? Because if you aren't grateful for this, why would you be grateful for anything better, right? Because you're just so stuck on this, things are bad and things are ugly and things suck, right? And so, yeah, I really encourage you to take some time this week to stand back, take a moment, and actually look at your life, look at what you have, and look at your struggle and see the benefit, see the growth, see how you're growing. It might not be that, oh my gosh, my bank account doubled in size, right? I have so much more money now. I have all of these career opportunities now, right? It might not be that. It might be that, you know what, I'm going through this really hard time, but I'm becoming stronger. And I am thankful for that, right? I'm becoming stronger. I am becoming a better version of myself. I am learning how to take care of myself. I am learning how to be better. Even this act of gratitude is a moment of you learning how to improve yourself and to be better and to improve how you think about your life and how you do life. So I hope that you will take a moment of gratitude and Thanksgiving this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday week. I know that I'm excited about this week because it's Thanksgiving. Let me know what your plans are for Thanksgiving. Do you like to watch the parade? Do you like to watch the dog show? Do you like to eat turkey? Do you like to have the casseroles? We make homemade pizza on Thanksgiving Day, and then we actually have our celebration on another day, and we're going to watch the OSU Michigan game, so that's where I'm going to be. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you would like to learn more about this art of receiving and flowing and accepting things into your life, I would highly suggest that you watch this video right here. In this video, I'm talking about feminine energy and how it can actually help you to improve your life and acquire the life that you desire without working so hard. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I love you oh so very much. And until we meet again, so long.